All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to party, Louisiana style. I got this here Bayou Gold guy. I won this on a 1K sub giveaway. I got lucky on this one. It's got 1.54 of gold in it or something like that. But I figured I'd do a little tribute to people who have won their pay dirt bags. I think it's the right thing to do. But last night I started this video, lost footage, and it just screwed everything up, so I had to start all over. But where I was at was yesterday I had classified his material, and as you can see in here, there is just all kinds of good stuff. There's some of this in here too. But I picked all this stuff out so I could throw all this in a bottle. A lot of nice little polished garnets. There's a couple little rough garnets in here too. So this kind of stuff is always kind of cool to pick through and throw in a jar. So I'm going to put this aside. But after I classified this material, I got down into the dirt, and he had some pretty black, man, it looked like clay. It felt like clay. I thought, you know what, I'm not even gonna mess with this. So what I did was I took all that material, I put it in this pan down here, and all of this that's in here is just vinegar. I just poured vinegar in there. I said, I'm just gonna leave it overnight. Went to work this morning, came back, and all of this stuff is all dissolved. Real nice. It's ready to go, ready to pan. Let me move my little panning thing over here, find a pan. I'm not going to use this pan, but I'll be back just in a sec. Alrighty guys, got that all done. Let's get this poured in here. Let's get to panning. I'll throw a little bit more soap in here. Vinegar is a funny thing. Some of my videos at the very end when I'm panning, believe it or not, what you see in there is vinegar. It really just kind of, it has a, you can't pan the whole thing in vinegar. But down towards the end, I'll put in a little bit of vinegar. Vinegar and panning, some people say that it's a surfactant. Other people on the other side of the camp say, oh, you're full of crap. I can tell you my opinion of it is that I see gold float. You know, vinegar is a little bit thicker than water. It's thicker than water, so yeah, the gold does float. But the second I throw some jet dry in that vinegar, everything just drops right to the bottom. It's kind of strange because the vinegar is thicker. So when you're pulling the material back, when you're washing it back, the material doesn't move as fast, which can come in handy, kind of in a way. But it does clean the gold up pretty quick, makes it real shiny, makes it look real pretty. And there are times that I've used a salt and vinegar mix to season pans. So I use vinegar for all kinds of things. This material Bayou, man, it is some cool stuff here. I'm already most of the way panned down. Of course, I'm kind of taking my time here. Let it wash off 4 or 5 times, and then I'll come back to shaky, get all stratified again. Get this stuff out of here. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, go check out Bayou Gold Guy. He's got a hell of a program over there. Sometimes I'm able to get in there and kind of watch some of his videos. He is quite the character. Him and I totally are like-minded when it comes to his opinions on things. Yeah, he's a great guy, and I got real lucky winning this bag. We're getting down towards the end here, about to the point where I can wash it back. I just saw a nice little green stone right there. I really need to hit the books a little bit better. I'm not the greatest identifier of rocks and this kind of stuff. I think it's important, if you're going to be a gold prospector, to be pretty strong in geology and that kind of thing. It's a ton of work to learn all that and everything, but ultimately I think it'll make you a lot better. So we're kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We're pretty close to the end. There's some more garnets that slip through the classifier. I'm kind of giving this material some hell, kind of washing it a little bit harder than what I usually like to. We're going to flip it back. No, let's keep giving her some hell. I did see lots of gold starting to show up. It's funny because I won this from a guess the weight competition. I'll tell you what, I am the world's worst on guessing weights. I am not that guy. I'm always way off. But I ended up kind of nailing this one. I think I was 6/100ths off or something like that. I wasn't very far off. So typically that's about how much I'll wash out. I don't want to have a whole bunch of material in there. I did a video, I think it was Occasional Outlaw. I had a bunch left in there. That was dumb. So we'll start washing this back. Lots of black sands. So this is going to take me a while. I'll tell you what, guys, let me work all this black sands back and then I'll be back. Alrighty, so we're back kind of down towards the end. There's the pan. You can see in here, those 3 BBs right there, I put those in there. When I was growing up and I was a kid, and I've talked about this before, but if you're fairly new at panning, and you're not so sure about your confidence in what you're doing, you can throw a BB or 2. Sometimes I'll put 5 BBs in there just to see if all 3 or 5 or 2 or whatever they're at the end. If you've got the BBs that you put in there at the end, then you pretty much know that you've caught everything. Now, down towards the end like this, they start to become a pain because they are going to roll, okay? But it's just a little something that if I'm with somebody or at the prospecting club and they're out there panning and there's some ladies there just learning, I'll always say, when you go home, give it a shot, throw some BBs in there. They like to roll. It's better to take a lead pellet, smash it down, maybe cut it in half, throw it in there. You can use bits of lead if you have some. BBs are probably more readily available typically, and they work really good. Wow, had more technical difficulties with the camera. This time it was the GoPro. Yesterday it was this camera. But this is some pretty this is some different gold. This is different stuff. Pretty flaky, pretty difficult to pan here. It's kind of giving me a hard time. It kind of wants to move with the water flow. And actually, That looks like silver. Yeah, that looks like a little bit of silver in there. Big chunk of gold right here that you can't hardly see it, but it's got iron staining all over it. That's a tricky one. That one you'll think, what is that? It won't leave the pan. It's staying up here, but it don't have the gold color. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hi, Suntan. What are you doing? Going to work? You going to work? She had to call to vent about these drivers over here in this damn town. I mean, half of them are brainless zombies. I don't know. Looks like she almost got in a fight. Had a four-way stop. Ay. So anyway, where were we? I panned and got most of the black sands and all the heavy stuff down here while I was on the phone with her. But that's the gold, guys. There's a bunch in here. I will get this dried out. We'll go take it to the scale. We can see what's on here. Thanks, Bayou Gold Guy. You rock it, man. This is great material. Good stuff. But I'll be back in just a second. There's those beads. Oh yeah. Got a new sticker in Zoltan Stack, and he sent me that poker chip too over there. So pretty nice looking poker chip. But here is the gold. I got the scale all teared out already. Let's see what's in here. 1.641, so that's a damn good little amount. He sent me a little letter with this. I don't know where it's at, but I thought he said there was 1.54 or something like that. There might have been some gold in that clayish stuff that I broke apart. But anyway, guys, appreciate the heck out of you. Thanks, Bayou Gold Guy. Really appreciate the beads. He also sent these coins here, which are pretty cool. So I have a place to stash those already. But anyway, appreciate the hell out of you guys. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button as hard as you can. And Goldpan Suntan is out.